The Amazing Spider-Man, Issue 88. No matter what I do, there's no way to stop the living tentacles. See the rampaging return of Spidey's deadliest foe, the arms of Dr. Octopus. The Amazing Spider-Man, the arms of Dr. Octopus. Let's visit New York's famous Museum of Natural Science, where its most sensational exhibit is now on display. Even though Dr. Octopus is now in the penitentiary, many miles from here, his amazing mechanical arms are still considered potentially dangerous. As you know, due to a strange atomic accident many years ago, Doc Ock gained a deadly mental control of his super-powerful arms. That is why he is imprisoned far away from here, beyond the range of that control. But even as the lecturer holds his audience spellbound, silent, unseen vibrations travel outward from a lonely Midwest prison. I've got to make a greater effort than I've ever made before. All these endless months, here in solitary, I've practiced to increase the range of my mental control. And now at last, the time has come. He's been sitting that way for over an hour. What do you make of it? Who cares? I got my own problems. As long as those arms of his are still in New York, why worry? Why worry? How's this for openers? Something's happening. The arms, they're moving. Look out! They're starting to break away. Run! Take cover! Get out of the building! The arms, they're moving by themselves. It's like they're trying to flee the building. They won't let anything stand in their way. It's useless. Nothing can stop them. Bullets just keep bouncing off. But then, suddenly, as if you weren't expecting him, along comes Spidey. My spider sense is going to blow a gasket. There's trouble below. Big trouble. Doc Ock's arms? It's worse than I thought. Ock must be guiding them from somewhere, but I thought he was still in jail. If I can just immobilize them before anyone gets hurt. No use. They're too strong. My webbing can't hold them. He's making them protect themselves. They'll attack anyone who tries to stop them, and it looks like I'm not someone. But they're too slow, too sluggish, which means that Ock must still be far away. Because if he were closer, if he were watching this, I'd never be able to outmaneuver his tentacles so quickly. But even without him, it's an uphill fight. Look how they're untangling themselves. They're battering the building across the way. If the overhang falls, it'll crush the crowd below. Ock's power is greater than anyone ever suspected. For their sake, I hope that mine can match it. Run down there. Run, do you hear me? My webbing can't hold the concrete much longer. The arms, they're racing away, but I can't go after them, not till the street is cleared. Finally, I thought the rescue squad would never get here. But what do I do now? The arms have vanished. Hours later, the city's too big. The arms had too much of a head start. They could be anywhere. Might as well head home. All I can do is hope that the police will manage to keep Ock and his arms miles apart. Because if they ever come together, forget it. Meantime, Peter Parker better get on with his studying. My averages are nothing to brag about lately. And as the long, lonely hours tick on, and the first flickering fingers of dawn faintly appear, can't keep my eyes open any longer. Then the next morning, just what I've been expecting, a note on the bulletin board for me to see Professor Warren. Morning, man. Nice to have you with us again. Hi, Gwen, honey. How's my dynamite blonde this AM? Come a little closer and find out. Hey, love of my life, we're still in school. Sure, sweetie, but I want you to know what you're missing. I'll look for you after class, Mr. Parker. I'll be easy to find, Gwendy. I'm the cat with his heart on his sleeve. Might as well get this over with now. Come in, Parker. I've been wanting to see you. And I can bet it's not to join my fan club. I know I don't have to remind you that you're attending State U on a scholarship, son, and your grades have been slipping dangerously low lately. My hunch was right. I'm aware of your ability, Parker. You take to science like butter takes to bread, but not even you can keep your grades up when you're absent more than you're here. And don't I know it? So I thought a word to the wise might be sufficient. Now, that's that over. Level with me, son. Are there any personal problems bugging you? Anything I can help with? No, sir, nothing I can talk about. Of course, I could have said, well, there's this business of me being Spider-Man, for instance. A penny for your thoughts, morose one. You'd be short-changed, Gwendy. Warren told me I've been absent too much. My grades are from hunger. Then I'll just have to coach you. That shouldn't be hard to take. But alas, there are other more perilous problems on the horizon, such as... Look, coming through the wall. Seconds later, it's Ock. He just made a break. It's those arms of his. They broke in. He's got him again. I did it. I proved that distance can no longer keep Dr. Octavius from becoming Dr. Octopus at will. And now they'll never be able to hold me again. Not long afterward, a giant 747 prepares for takeoff at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. So this is the plane that's flying General Sue to the UN. I knew I could count on you to get me a seat. It wasn't easy, Dad. This is a highly delicate and important mission. The Pentagon wants to be certain there are no incidents. Even though I was able to book passage for you, I'm afraid an interview will be out of the question. It will, huh? Well, we'll see about that. It's my duty to keep the American public informed, blast it. And besides, the Bugle will make a fortune if I can get an exclusive on this one. Dad, this is more important than making money. Nothing's more important than making money, boy. Remember that. Have it your way, but that guard is there to make sure no one disturbs the general, and that means no one. While inside the spacious, specifically constructed cabin, General, the United States will take every precaution to guarantee the success of your mission. So there are those who would wish us harm. We must not relax our vigilance. But seconds later, as the giant jet soars skyward, since Dr. Octopus is heading east, he might as well take the biggest plane of all. I'll pry open the luggage ramp before we gain altitude, then I'll make my way to the heart of the plane, with no intention of flying in the baggage compartment. Nobody move. I'm taking over now. Quick, lead me to the pilot's cabin. I can't move. Can hardly breathe. It's Dr. Octopus. He tore that steel wall apart like it was paper. He's trying to hijack the plane. Not trying, you fool. I'm doing it. Give me that gun. You wouldn't dare fire it in this pressurized cabin anyway. But I'm not so concerned with human safety. So stand back. Defy me and you die. Hey, what? It's Dr. Octopus. Don't do anything to anger him. Meet your new co-pilot. This will be my command post until we land. I'll radio ahead and you'll do what I tell you and nothing else. Easy, you guys. Can't let anything happen with General Sue aboard. General Sue on this plane? Well, that's a better break than I bargained for. The State Department will pay anything to keep him from harm. And I'm the one who'll set the price. You. Fetch the general. Bring him here to me, and I mean now. Meanwhile, I'll just sit here and make sure nobody causes any trouble. After all, we wouldn't want to embarrass the government now, would we? Hey, I thought I gave you an order. I'm going, right now. Seconds later. Doc Ock, on board this plane? You can't be serious, man. I'm afraid it's true, sir, and he wants General Sue. Dad, did you hear that? I heard. Mr. Ambassador, I've run into Ock before. He's one of the deadliest men alive. For the safety of General Sue and the rest of the passengers and crew, we have to play along with him. Our only hope is to trap him when we land. I suppose you're right, Colonel, but it's a hard pill to swallow. General Sue, you mustn't be alarmed, but I have some disquieting news. Indeed, we could not help but overhear. If any harm befalls the General, be silent, Fong. I am ready, gentlemen. I swear to you, Captain Fong, this is as great a shock to us as this almighty United States, taunted by a common criminal? I heard that, Colonel. How about telling him that I may be a criminal, but there's nothing common about old Doc Ock? Give it up, mister. You can't take on the whole government and get away with it. That's so, soldier? I don't notice anyone stopping me. When the wise man cannot act, he waits and bides his time. Now, do as I say and no one will be hurt. Yet. Radio ahead and tell them at Kennedy not to rush the plane when it lands. Doc Ock isn't in the mood for crowds. But I'll be expecting $10 million in cold cash. It'll be my bonus for protecting the General. And if I don't get the money, nobody leaves the plane alive. Nuts, Jameson isn't in, just when I could use some dough. He's coming in on a 747, Peter. Miss Brent, get me a cab, on the double. The news just came over the wire. Dr. Octopus has taken over the plane with General Sue aboard. He's demanding $10 million, or else. Isn't Jameson on that plane also? You know it. Grab a camera and let's go. If any harm comes to Sue, it could trigger off a major new war. Then you think they'll just pay Ock the money he wants? Don't know what to think, son. In a situation like this, anything can happen. And it probably will. Captain Stacy! I might have known he'd be here. What's the latest, George? The plane's due to land in 5 minutes, Rob, with Ock still in control. And to make things worse, the airport is jammed with militant demonstrators. Yeah, I heard. What are they demonstrating about? The usual. Some in favor of General Sue, the others dead set against him. There's the plane now. Well, I hope the demonstrators don't try to rush it on the field. The police will have their hands full on a day like this. Don't give Ock the dough. Sue must go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Who needs Sue? Who needs Sue? The whole place is like a powder keg waiting to explode. I can't just stand around worrying about some snapshots. But what do I do? This is it. They're finally bringing her down. I wonder if Ock will get his money. With Sue aboard, what other choice is there? Attention, attention. All personnel are ordered not to approach plane. Keep field cleared. Dr. Octopus has threatened the lives of those aboard if this order is not carried out. This is terrible. How long will we have to stay here? We can't say, sir. Everybody please return to your seats. Ock is a madman with unimaginable power. The risks are too great. We dare not defy him. Washington says, take no chances. Those protesters are trying to rush the field. If something isn't done soon, there'll be a disaster. Now's my chance to sneak away. No one in that crowd can realize how dangerous Ock really is. No one has ever fought him like I have. I hoped I'd never have to do it again. Most of the protesters don't want us to pay the ransom. But if we don't pay to free the warmonger. If they break through the police lines, anything can happen. I've got to move quickly, but how do I get close to the plane? Hold back the crowds, keep everyone away. I've nothing to lose. Defy me, and everyone dies. There's only one chance. If my webbing will make it. Lucky there's a strong wind at my back. I did it. As long as Ock's eyes are glued on the crowd below, he may not notice me up here. Okay, so far so good. But I'm still a long way from touchdown. My spider sense is starting to tingle. That means he's just beneath me. If ever I needed my super strength, I need it now.
Get to the radio again. Tell them their time's nearly up.
If I don't get my money, no one leaves here alive. He's facing me perfect. Now, before he moves...
My eyes! I can't see! What happened? Who clouded my glasses?
He's floundering. Something caught him off balance. He's losing his grip. Run! Get away! Everyone out of ship. Move! All 10 to Octopus.
Spider-Man!
I'd know that accursed voice anywhere. He's lashing out with his tentacles. Have to dodge them somehow. Fool! I don't need my eyes. Quick, everyone out this way. America, why must it be such a violent society? Perhaps it's no more violent than any other, General. But since we are free, nothing is hidden. The important thing is, we care and we try. But speaking of trying, even without his glasses, he can keep me at bay, and his tentacles are weakening me. They never tire, they never feel pain, but at least I've given the others a chance to escape.
You've ruined everything. You cost me $10 million.
The hostages are safe. We can close in now. 2 of his tentacles are caught in the fuselage. If I can just immobilize the others. Oh no, he's reaching for the controls.
What can he be after?
We're moving. He's taxiing down the field. He knows the law is closing in. He hasn't a chance. So he's trying to escape by flying to safety. But no matter how insanely brilliant a scientist he may be, nobody can pilot a ship like that without training, without perfect vision. Seconds later, as if to lend emphasis to Spidey's words, no sooner does the great ship reach the far end of the runway when... The biggest crime story of the year, the end of Doc Ock. And no one got close enough to take one picture of how it happened. It was impossible. Nobody could cross the field.
What about Parker? Why didn't he follow Spider-Man?
Be reasonable, JJ. The kid can't do the impossible.
Parker! Bah! That kid who'd chicken out at the first sign of trouble?
One nagging thought keeps plaguing me. Can I be sure that Doc Ock is dead? Next, to live again.